2021 is new, so everything is coming up fresh. So government has brought this e-invoice, electronic invoices, and Tally has put a lot of effort to bring it in Tally Prime Release 1.1. So we will see the issues in e-invoice. Then we'll see how the same can be done in Tally itself, and how it can be interfaced to the government IRP portal. So we'll just go one by one. Yeah. By the time you can post your queries, the profession you may be in business, own business, providing support services to business like that. So that will allow us to keep the queries to that level. Okay. So before, हाँ, निशांत हिंदी में भी, yes. मैं निशांत जिस जगह से आता हूँ तो हिंदी ही प्रदेश से हूँ मैं, तो आई विल कीप इट इन हिंदी आल्सो निशांत, थैंक यू। तो हिंदी में भी करेंगे। निशांत आप क्या करते हैं? तो हम आगे बढ़े इससे पहले एक छोटा सा टैली प्राइम जो टैली ने 10 नवंबर को लॉन्च किया, मैं मान रहा हूं कि हम सब लोग टैली प्राइम से अवेयर हैं, पर जस्ट टू ब्रिंग अस all on the same platform, same level of understanding with service Prime. So I'll just take 2 minutes on Prime itself. We have been all using Tally since long. We have also been using it since very long. So now Tally Prime has come. So just 2 minutes on what exactly Tally Prime is doing and what changes have been brought. मैं मानता हूं कि हम सब लोग Tally Prime को यूज करना हमने चालू कर दिया है, फिर भी ये 2 मिनट हम खर्च कर रहे हैं Tally Prime के बारे में जानने के लिए. And keep the interaction on. Okay, keep your queries posted. So that is going to keep the session live, and we will enjoy the learning part of the session. So let us start with a small, very small 2-3 slides on Prime. So what exactly has been done? See, because we have all used Tally Prime, so we see the new framework, the new user interface, the go-to screen where we can search anything. हम कुछ भी सर्च कर सकते हैं. यूजर के कंफर्ट को टैली ने इम्प्रूव करने की बहुत कोशिश की, और मुझे लगता है हम सब टैली यूजर हैं, इसलिए टैली को हम बधाई देना चाहते हैं कि दे हैव मेड सच अ ग्रेट एफर्ट इन क्रिएटिंग दिस इंटरैक्टिव टैली प्राइम. सो टैली प्राइम में यूजर का जो इंटरेक्शन है वो ज्यादा आसान हो, यूजर एंट्री ज्यादा आसानी से कर पाए, और जरूरत पड़ने पर उनको बहुत अच्छी तरह से कंफर्टेबली ढूंढ पाए, देख पाए, रिपोर्ट्स जनरेट कर पाए. सो ये टैली प्राइम की कुछ मुख्य बातें हैं. टैली का हम लोगों के नीचे देखते थे सिंप्लीफाइंग, सो दे हैव सिंप्लीफाइड मोर. सो ज्यादा सिंप्लीफिकेशन टैली प्राइम में लेकर आए हैं. ज्यादा फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी ऑफ ऑपरेशन, जैसे जिन लोगों ने टैली प्राइम यूज किया भी, टैली हैज ऑलरेडी हैड मल्टीपल सेशंस ऑन द की फीचर्स, न्यू फीचर्स ऑफ टैली प्राइम. तो वो जो नए सारे फीचर्स हैं उनको हम सबने यूज किया है. कैसे प्रिंट आउट को हम छोटा कर सकते हैं, पेपर बचा सकते हैं, ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं. किस तरह से वाउचर एंट्री करते समय कोई क्रिटिकल रिपोर्ट हमारे सीनियर्स अगर मांगे तो कैसे हम उसको उसी समय एंट्री करते समय रिपोर्ट जनरेट करके दे सकते हैं, प्रिंट आउट दे सकते हैं, वापस फिर अपनी एंट्री पर वापस आ सकते हैं. तो ये फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी बढ़ाई है टैली ने. और सर्च का जो गो टू का ऑप्शन है, इट्स लाइक, आज ही मैं किसी यूजर से बात कर रहा था तो उसने कहा टैली ने टैली गूगल क्रिएट कर लिया है टैली प्राइम में. सो यू कैन सर्च वेरी फास्ट ऑन गो टू. तो पहले जो मेन मेनू कमांड स्ट्रक्चर में जाने की जरूरत होती थी, नहीं है, डायरेक्टली गो टू में जाके हम सर्च कर सकते हैं. और टैली ने एक फ्रेश लुक और फील टैली प्राइम को दिया है. सो दैट इज some 2 or 3 updates on Tally Prime. Today's session is basically on e-invoicing. So let us go to e-invoicing itself. तो अपन वहीं पर जाते हैं. पहले e-invoicing के बारे में समझते हैं, फिर Tally प्रोडक्ट के बारे में कुछ, यहीं पे हम कुछ वीडियोस भी रन करेंगे जो हम देखेंगे कि कैसे हम ई इनवॉइसिंग टैली में कर सकते हैं। ओके। सो हम किन चीजों के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं, इनवॉइसिंग क्या है, उसका बेसिक पर्पस क्या है। ओके, सो मैं चाहता हूं कि इंटरेक्शन बढ़ा रहे। नाउ ई इनवॉइसिंग सरकार लेकर आ गई है, 100 करोड़ 500 करोड़ का एक स्लैब गवर्नमेंट ने दिया है कि इन लोगों को ई इनवॉइस करना है, क्योंकि मैं मान रहा हूं कि आप सब लोग अपने लिए या अपने क्लाइंट के लिए टैली यूज करते हैं। तो आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू पोस्ट कि आपको क्या लगता है ई इनवॉइस लाने के बेसिक इंटेंट क्या रहा होगा, what would have been a basic purpose of e-invoicing। अगर गवर्नमेंट की दृष्टि से आप अपने अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लेवल पे कमेंट करना चाहें, इफ यू लाइक टू से that what could have been the basic purpose of bringing the e-invoicing, just post that answer in the transparency, Vikas. Great. So I'll request more members to post. Buyer can take ITC easily. Yes, good. सो इससे आप इंटरेक्ट करेंगे तो उससे हमको और दीपक को एक क्लैरिटी होती जाएगी कि हमको किन चीजों को फोकस करना है, अपने सेशन की वैल्यू अपन बढ़ा लेंगे ऐसा। सो व्हाट इज ई इनवॉइसिंग, ई इनवॉइसिंग का पर्पस क्या है, ई इनवॉइसिंग से बिजनेस को क्या बेनिफिट है। तो जैसे साहिल ने कहा, बायर को आईटीसी इजीली मिल जाएगी, बहुत बढ़िया। सो बायर विल इज गोइंग टू गेट आईटीसी इजीली। देन कब से ई इनवॉइसिंग लागू है, इनवॉइसिंग की एक्टिविटी की कुछ की कंडीशंस हैं। आईआरएन इनवॉइस रेफरेंस नंबर, बिल्कुल यानी सो यू हैव लॉट ऑफ नंबर्स टू रिमेंबर नाउ। सो जिनको जो लोग, वी हैड समवन हु इज कंपनी सेक्रेटरी। अच्छा, अनिता श्री, ओके, थैंक यू। Yeah, Nidhashi, I'll ensure that whatever I am saying in Hindi, I also translate in English. So please don't worry. Whatever I have said in Hindi, that I'm going to repeat in English. So thank you. Yeah, absolutely. But thanks for the reminder. So we have one member who is a company secretary. So somehow I feel that those who are in compliance services, they have to remember multiple numbers for things. So you have SIN number and DIN number and PAN number and TAN number, and now you have this IRN number and UIN numbers. So there are numbers and numbers and numbers and numbers to be remembered. So we have this IRN, that is for e-invoicing. Then we have e-invoice details, what has to be done, how it has to be created, what documents can be reported on government's e-invoice system, the life cycle, how you generate, GSP, that is GST and service provider. So Tally is also a GSP, and we'll be talking good on this, and a product walkthrough. So these are the headings we are going to go about. I want more people to participate so that this interaction goes at a very high level. You interact so that it helps us keep understanding how we are going. So let us start the first part. What is e-invoicing? Now, so e-invoicing is basically, as Sahil said, means registration of taxable invoices for B2B on central portal of tax department. So it is Sahil put it correctly. Sahil ने सही तरह से कहा कि इनवॉइस का एक जो फायदा है वो यह होगा कि जो जीएसटी क्रेडिट जिसको देना है और जिसको जीएसटी क्रेडिट लेना है। तो अभी हम सब लोग काम कर रहे हैं जीएसटी, जीएसटीआर 3B1 2A 2B, फिर हमको रिकंसिलेशन करना होते हैं। गवर्नमेंट ने जीएसटीआर 2A 2B में जितनी क्रेडिट दिख रही है उसके अगेंस्ट में आप कितनी अवेल कर सकते हैं, उस पे कैप्स लगा दिए, क्योंकि कुछ वेंडर्स हैं जो रिटर्न समय पे फाइल नहीं कर पाते किसी भी वजह से, तो आपको क्रेडिट नहीं मिल पाती। तो ये जो सारे गैप्स आ रहे हैं, ये जो अंतर आ रहा है, इसको मेक गुड करने के लिए ई इनवॉइसिंग है। सो द बेसिक इंटेंट टू ब्रिंग ई इनवॉइसिंग एज इट अपीयर्स इज to ensure that the B2B transactions go seamlessly, where one person who is passing on the credit and another person who is taking the credit, they are on the same line. Today when you have to take GST credit, then you have to make a reconciliation with 2A 2B. Government has a cap on what value you can take as credit, even if it is not mentioned, it doesn't appear in your GSTR 2A, 2B. So these differences which are appearing today in the GST mechanism, the tax paid and tax credit mechanism, that the core idea is to make that differences good. First line says it so clearly that registration of taxable invoice on the B2B portal. So B2B, the person who is passing the credit to the person who is going to take the credit. So that is the way it is going to go about. Business can continue creation of invoices using their existing billing and accounting software. So what is happening that because we are talking in terms of Tally, so within Tally you keep your invoicing billing continued, and that will be, because Tally is a GSP, GST and service provider, so it will be automatically interfaced to the IRP portal. So your accounting goes here, one part, and parallelly you link it to the IRP portal. Yes, 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 Vikas, you have made a very good point. Uh, yes, because this is a point, we have kept a separate note of what you have brought about, that voucher deletion. I and Deepak, before we came to presentation, so we did a walkthrough of the key issues that are going to come, and this is one of the issues we have marked separately. At appropriate point, we are going to talk about this option of deletion and everything. Thanks, Vikas, for reminding. Then Vikas has put another point that if voucher type is used for invoicing, otherwise there could be, yes, issue for accountants. So in fact that part is I mean, those of us who are actually providing this are associated with concerns providing B2B, so we need to keep ensure that our invoice number is not more than, I think, 16 digits, so that controls are already being put in place. But in IRP mechanism, this e-invoicing, there has to be very strong control mechanism at your end regarding deletion, modifications of voucher. We are going to talk about it. Thank you, Vikas. Once invoices are created in current systems through different modes, we'll be talking about that, then invoice can be sent to the IRP portal. So there are ways and modes of creating invoice. You create, then link it to the IRP portal. Once it goes to the portal, now what exactly IRP is doing? So there's a buyer and there's a seller. So seller, he creates this invoice, e-invoice on the IRP portal, so it automatically updates all related information for the buyer. So buyer gets the credit. So everything is now being made in an online mode. Once invoices are registered, IRP portal generates a unique reference number, invoice reference number, and send the signed information using a QR code that need to be printed on the invoice. Again, this is very important. All in e-invoices, there has to be a QR code. In fact, over a period of time now, because it's a slab-wise implementation, as of now, 100 crores and above, 500 crores and above, on different dates, the e-invoicing is being made enabled. So once it is all across all the businesses, then probably you need not carry this physical purchase and sale invoice. You could just have the QR code. So it is going to be a very green technology itself, where QR code can be on your mobile, so you can read it through the mobile, and then credits will be generated. So QR code is important, is a mandatory part of this whole process of e-invoicing. Legally, it is mandated to print QR code on the tax invoice. So QR code has to be there for all invoices which are generated. What is IRN? That is invoice reference number. You say it's a 64-digit number. What it has? So let us see. It's an invoice reference number. It's a unique number. Help buyers, tax authorities, and anyone else to whom it matters to uniquely identify the invoices raised in India. It is RSA. That SHA is basically named as RSA. It's a hash code that is generated using supplier GSTIN, financial year of the invoice, the document type. So Vikas made the point of document type. So you could have invoice, credit debit note, and invoice number or document number as generated in your accounting system. So all this will be part of that 64-digit IRN number that will be converted into the hash. If you could see the top of this slide, there is this number appearing. So it appears in a hash code It's not readable, but it will be part of the coding mechanism. So normal humans may not be able to interpret, but backend works on this. Purpose of e-invoicing. This is there, and we all I don't think anyone who is there in the audience who has not faced the issue of reconciliation with 2A, 3B. Now, this we had the last date of GSTR 9, GSTR 9C on 31st of December 2020. So we all had this huge reconciliations to be done. And in the initial year, because the learning was not there, so the reconciliation took lot. So Ojaswi, thank you. तो मुझे लगता है हम सब लोगों ने रिकंसिलेशन में बहुत समय खर्च किया है। 31 मार्च 2020 जो 18-19 अकाउंटिंग ईयर के जीएसटीआर 9 और जीएसटीआर 9C को फाइल करने की अंतिम तारीख थी। तो हम अच्छा 18-19 के समय जीएसटी या 17-18, 18-19 इन 2 सालों में जीएसटी के बारे में उतनी अवेयरनेस नहीं थी, उतनी लर्निंग नहीं थी। तो बहुत बहुत सारे डिफरेंसेस हम सब लोगों को मिले हैं। और आप में से जो लोग जीएसटी का रिटर्न खुद बनाते हैं या अपने क्लाइंट के लिए बनाते हैं, उनको बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स आए हैं। ई इनवॉइसिंग में आप समझ लीजिए कि वो सारी प्रॉब्लम समाप्त हो जाएगी। तो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर अ प्रैक्टिसिंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट डाउन देयर? आप में से कितने लोग प्रैक्टिसिंग सीए हैं? से यस, बिकॉज आई वांट टू शेयर समथिंग ऑन दिस पार्ट। ओके, सो देयर इज नो प्रैक्टिसिंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, तो बहुत बढ़िया है। तो आप लोगों को रिस्क नहीं है, क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा है कि जब ये इनवॉइस हो जाएगा और आप माने कि 100% जितना भी बिल्ड बिजनेस है वो इनवॉइस पे काम करेगा, तो बहुत सारे काम फिर से करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी। तो जीएसटीआर 9C की जो भी लिमिट अभी है वो बढ़ा दी जाएगी, क्योंकि इतना सारा ऑटो रिकंसिलेशन हो जाएगा। तो वो रिस्क गवर्नमेंट के लिए भी उतना मैंडेट नहीं रहेगा कि चेक करना, क्योंकि अब सब तो डेटा सरकार के पास है और गवर्नमेंट डेटा एनालिटिक्स बिजनेस इंटेलिजेंस को इतना यूज कर रही है। विकास, यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग, सो okay, Vikas, we'll answer this question at the end of the session. We are keeping this question. So we have Deepak from Tally. He will answer this question. So as lot of data will now be available with government through this e-invoicing, they have the buyer detail and the seller detail also. So lot of compliances, the limits of compliances to be done as of now will be increased, because then there is always a lot of data available with the government to go through it. Compliance becoming part of business process. Yes. So now it will be a day-to-day compliance rather than being done on a monthly or quarterly basis. Invoices have to be authenticated before issuing to the buyer now, because you'll be doing it through IRP portal. So everything will be through login passwords, will be generating those. So this authentication will be inbuilt in the process. Buyer will demand for an invoice, since they will be more confident of getting ITC, since it has an invoice authenticated by the department. तो कुछ लोगों के लिए तो मैंडेटरी हो ही गया है कि भाई एक आपका बिजनेस साइज के बेसिस पे आपको ई इनवॉइस करना है। जैसे जैसे समय आगे बढ़ेगा, द पॉसिबिलिटी इज दैट more and more buyers are going to ask for invoice generated through IRP portal, because that inbuilt validation of authenticity of invoice will be there. In fact, I wanted someone to say, मुझे लगा आप में से कुछ ये कहेंगे कि इनवॉइस का गवर्नमेंट के लिए बेनिफिट ये होगा कि काफी सारे जो जीएसटी रिलेटेड फ्रॉड्स कैप्चर हो रहे हैं, तो वो उन फ्रॉड्स को करने की जगह स्वतः ही समाप्त हो जाएगी। The possibility of doing those fake GST credit frauds will be reduced substantially on this e-invoicing mechanism. Okay. Then applicability and implementation dates that I think most of you will be knowing. That so we are talking on 1st January 2021. The proposed date for all other businesses 1st April 2021 for all others, but that government is going to notify separately. As of now, the 100 crores above, we have 1st January 2021. then all these entities need not generate exempted from e-invoices. SEZs, insurance, banking, financial, non-banking companies, good transport agencies supplying services in addition to transportation goods by roads in goods carriage. So service part of good transport is not there. Suppliers of passenger transport services, they are not there. Then activities that must precede the activities of e-invoicing. So that is how many of you there are already covered by e-invoicing? आप में से कितने लोगों के business से जो invoicing से already covered हैं, who are going to create e-invoice for themselves or their client? कितने लोग हैं जो e-invoice से covered हैं, आप में से जो लोग सुन रहे हैं? Yeah, you haven't done e-invoicing, Ojasvi. Okay. Anyone whose business is actually covered in e-invoicing, so that individual will be able to understand this slide and help us out also how it goes. Okay, so precursor is taxpayer will receive communication from department about e-invoicing applicability to you as an entity. Yes, good, Vikas. I was waiting for this. Even if not covered, because this is going to be the future, so we need to ensure that we learn it prior. Great, Vikas. Thank you. On receiving communication, taxpayer will log into the IRP portal, complete registration process by providing details, select their preferred GSP in case of API-based invoice generation. So, like Tally is GSP, that is GST and service provider. So you can select that GSP through the portal. So that will ensure that whatever e-invoices you create, आप अपने अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर में ई इनवॉइस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं और फिर लॉगिन करके डायरेक्टली उसको जीएसपी पोर्टल में अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू ही अपलोड कर सकते हैं. ये प्रोसेस अपन देखेंगे टैली में कैसे कर सकते हैं हम लोग. You can directly upload the e-invoice through your accounting software, and during the part of presentation we will see how this can be directly linked. Vikas, okay, there's a way, your question is good. Don't worry about confusion. It's basically validation, because as I understand, Vikas, I want to answer this question right now. See, my understanding is that because suppose you are covered, your business is covered in e-invoice, all your, Ojasvi, this registration is for those entities which will have to go for e-invoice, like those in the previous years, those entities with turnover of 100 crores plus 500 crore plus, they have to go for mandatory e-invoice. So they will automatically receive intimations from the department that they are covered, and they have to register themselves on the IRP portal. So those entities who are going to register on IRP portal, they will get an intimation that you are covered in e-invoice, like that. Even if you don't get, you can go and do directly on your own also. Now, I was coming to Vikas' question. So, see, GSTR1, because most of the invoices or 100% you are going to do from this portal, e-invoicing portal, your GSTR will be auto-populated. So, because all data will be auto-populated, you will only, what I understand, will be only filing like, now you have confirmed that this is true. So question of preparing is not going to be there. To me, as I understand, ideally it will be auto-populated. So there must not be any confusion to that. And then start generating invoice from the date of applicability. So the large businesses are already covered on 1st January 2021.
So I'll just take 2 minutes in last slide. This is the second last step. That is selecting your preferred GSP in case of API-based e-invoice generation. So process is very simple. you can log in to the IRP portal, which is a new portal for e-invoice, that is einvoice1.gst.gov.in or .gov, and you can register there as a new user, or you can use your e-way bill login. So if you already having this e-way bill login portal, the same login credential you can use here to log in, and there you'll get an option to create a API user. So where you can create a new user, selecting GSP as a tally, and just save it. So this is the important activity you need to do before starting e-invoicing using Tally Prime. तो आपके पास यदि ई-वे बिल का लॉगिन है तो आप ई-वे बिल का लॉगिन क्रेडेंशियल यूज करके ई इनवॉइस के पोर्टल पे लॉगिन कर सकते हैं, या फिर आप ई इनवॉइस के पोर्टल पे नया यूजर भी आप रजिस्टर करके आप लॉगिन कर सकते हैं। लॉगिन करने के बाद आपको एक यूजर क्रिएट करना होता है जो एपीआई यूजर होता है, और एपीआई यूजर में आपको सिलेक्ट करना होता है कि आपका जीएसपी कौन है। तो वहाँ लिस्ट में आपको जीएसपी लिस्ट में टैली का नाम दिखेगा, आप उसको सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं और आप अपना एपीआई यूजर क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। जो एपीआई यूजर आप क्रिएट करेंगे वो क्रेडेंशियल आप टैली में यूज करेंगे आपके ई इनवॉइस को अपलोड करने के लिए। सो ये एक छोटा सा 5 मिनट का प्रोसेस है जो आपको ई इनवॉइस टैली से शुरू करने के पहले करना होता है। इसके ऊपर एक वीडियो भी है टैली का, जो आप यूट्यूब पे जाके चैनल पे देख सकते हैं। दैट विल आल्सो हेल्प यू हाउ टू create API user for Tally as a GSP. Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Deepak. So I think that clears the issue to Jasvi also. Now, what documents to be reported to the e-invoicing system? The type of transactions. So this includes B2B, B2G. G is government, export invoices, reverse charge invoices, outward supply for reverse charge items and service, credit notes and debit notes. So all this will lead to all these documents need to be created through the invoice system. I'm waiting for questions. Someone has to ask whether this is covered or not. Okay, so I think the issue is absolutely clear. Thank you. Mode of generating. This is very, very important. See, so you for large taxpayer, government is going to allow direct access to their, so they can, large taxpayer can act as GSP on their own self. So they don't need the third party, they can do it on your own. You can directly log in through your GST and log in and generate on portal. So you need not have any system software to do it for, then you can do it through GSP. So Tally is a GSP. So Tally Prime has created an API that is linked to the IRP portal. So GSPs, goods, GST and service provider through SMS based mobile. Now, I thought someone is going to talk, see what level we are going to. So I've been talking about this since long, that as things go ahead, जैसे जैसे समय आगे जाएगा, GST, we all have faced lot of problems, but as things go ahead, so government is trying to ensure that जैसे हम WhatsApp मैसेज करते हैं वैसे ही पूरा का पूरा कंप्लायंस हो जाएगा। मेरा अपना अंडरस्टैंडिंग ये है कि समय के साथ संभवतः आपके मोबाइल ऐप को WhatsApp से इंटीग्रेट कर देंगे, तो WhatsApp मैसेज से भी आप IRP पोर्टल पर अपना ई इनवॉइस जनरेट कर सकते हैं। जस्ट इमेजिन हाउ थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू मूव। सो आप WhatsApp मैसेज से ई इनवॉइस जनरेट करेंगे, उसका कुछ फॉर्मेट होगा, आप उस WhatsApp पे मैसेज करेंगे, वो मोबाइल ऐप से IRP पोर्टल को लिंक कर देगा। IRP पोर्टल पे आपके लॉगिन से इनवॉइस क्रिएट हो जाएगा, इनवॉइस का QR कोड जनरेट हो जाएगा, ये QR कोड बायर के मोबाइल पे डिलीवर हो जाएगा, एंड देन एवरीथिंग विल, मतलब कोई भी फिजिकल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। जो टोल नाके हैं करीब करीब खत्म हो गए, फिर भी जहाँ पे टोल नाके हैं दे आर ऑल GST कंप्लायंट, तो वहाँ पे जो ट्रांसपोर्टर है उसके मोबाइल पे वो कोड रहेगा, क्यूआर कोड, उसको सिर्फ स्कैन करना है, एवरीथिंग विल बी ऑटोमेटेड. यू वी ऑलरेडी हैव फास्ट टैग, electronic payment of any taxation to be done. So imagine this whole over next 5 years is going to make paperless GST. That is exactly what is the whole plan about creating this. So it is going to be huge. और मेरी पर्सनल फीलिंग यह है कि जिन लॉस का कंप्लायंस आसान, जैसे जैसे लॉ का कंप्लायंस आसान होता जाएगा, वैसे वैसे गवर्नमेंट का टैक्स रेवेन्यू बढ़ता ही चला जाएगा. आप सबने पढ़ा होगा दिसंबर महीने का जीएसटी कलेक्शन 1 लाख करोड़ के ऊपर हो गया है, जो गवर्नमेंट का बेसिक टारगेट था. नाउ इट इज गोइंग टू, सो as you make it easy, of course we all have faced lot of issues in GST, but as things streamline, as government learns, as systems are improved, as we as user also learn, this is what is going to lead to this. Vikas is a question. Deepak, I wish you could answer this question. Is Tally GSP part of TSS service or separate charges for it?
No, Vikas ji, it will be covered as a part of TSS services only. तो जो आप सब्सक्रिप्शन कराते हैं टैली का, that absorb the charges of e-invoicing right now.
Okay, thank you. So Vikas, you have already paid for it. Thank you. And you can do it through Office Excel tools also. So this formats of Excel will also be released based on the size. Then you can generate directly from Excel also. So these are Excel tools. These formats will come over a period of time. Then e-invoice generation flow. Good. So,
So Sahil asked a question. Firstly, we have to create e-invoice or e-way bill. So they both these are going to hand. So we'll show you that with our videos that how it will work.
Sahil, yes, yeah. So this part is taken care of. They will go parallelly in Tally GSP. No, because sound not coming. Sahil, sound is there? Deepak, my sound is clear, visible,
Yes, sir.
audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Now, so e-invoice generation flow, let us see. So supplier, so just keep a track on the screen. So supplier generates standard invoice using an ERP that is sent to IRP portal. So that suppose this supplier is using Tally, so that invoice is generated, sent to the IRP portal. It does a deduplication. Anyone, because many of you are from the profession, anyone who wants to come? Yes, Sahil. So we are going through the e-invoice process. Supplier will generate invoice through ERP. That invoice will be uploaded to IRP portal. At IRP portal, there will be deduplication check. Anyone who wants to comment on deduplication? मैं मान रहा हूँ डीडुप्लीकेशन पर कोई कमेंट करना चाहता है. डीडुप्लीकेशन का बेसिक मतलब ये है, यह चेक करना कि ये इनवॉइस पहले तो बना नहीं है. वो ऑटोमेटिकली फील्ड से, वैल्यू से वैलिडेट होगा. एक बार वैलिडेट हो गया तो आईआरपी पोर्टल से डिजिटली साइंड जेसॉन, आई थिंक वी ऑल आर फेमिलियर विद दिस, वो सप्लायर को आ जाएगी विद क्यूआर कोड इंफॉर्मेशन इंक्लूडेड इन इट. सो ये वैलिडेट हो गया है, आपका इनवॉइस आपको मिल गया है. Once this is done, sends authenticated payload to GST system. So एक बार आपने IRP पोर्टल पे अपलोड किया, वो उसको डीडुप्लीकेट करेगा, वैलिडेट करेगा, जेसॉन जनरेट करेगा और GSTN सिस्टम पे आगे उसको बढ़ा देगा. It is going to take it to the GSTN system. This is how this whole process is going to go about. And then buyer is going to get the, sends e-way bill to system and generates the e-way bill number. So this is also, if it goes through IRP, that e-way bill system is also triggered based on the details in your invoice. As soon as data goes to GST system, invoice information gets stored. GST system now has a unique reference of your invoice. GSTR1 of seller gets updated. GSTR28 to be of buyer gets. आप में से कितने लोगों को लगता है कि ये होने के बाद आपका काम 50% से ज्यादा कम हो जाएगा? Okay, Pulkit, it is a system related issue, but we'll answer this question at the end, Pulkit. It's a good question that needs to be answered. Okay, so we'll answer the question. We are keeping it pending at the end of the session, Pulkit. Now, so 50%, मुझे लगता है कि 50% से ज्यादा काम हो जाएगा. साहिल हमको सबसे अच्छा इनपुट दे सकते हैं कि ये सब कुछ अपडेट हो जाएगा, तो फिर कुछ करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी क्या साहिल? मुझे लगता है कुछ भी करने की जरूरत. Buyer can use the QR code to verify the invoice. Buyer can use the ITC related invoice in his GSTR 2A2B. तो मैं प्रैक्टिसिंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हूं और मुझे डर लग रहा है कि ऐसा सब हो जाएगा तो प्रैक्टिसिंग सीए के यहाँ पे काम बहुत कम हो जाएगा. So I'll just want some feedback from Deepak. Deepak, all this is going to make the job of professionals simpler.
ये सर अल्टीमेटली ऑब्जेक्टिव तो यही है कि सारे जो प्रोसेस है वो स्मूथ और ट्रांसपेरेंट हो जाए, so that the business as well as the professionals life will be more simpler.
Dispatch, item details, invoice, export details, e-way bill details. So in fact, someone asked whether e-invoice or e-way bill which will happen first. So it's actually going to happen parallelly. As soon as you update transporter, distance, mode, pin code, etc., it will automatically trigger a e-way bill also. Key facts. Now this is legal. Any IRN without, or sorry, any invoice without IRN will not be treated as a valid invoice. So आप जो भी इनवॉइस बनाएंगे उस पे IRP पोर्टल का वैलिडेशन नंबर QR कोड के तरह होना ही चाहिए. That a transaction that need to be uploaded for e-invoice are invoices, credit note and debit note. ये तीन तरह के डॉक्यूमेंट टाइप आप अपलोड कर सकते हैं. ये उस क्वेश्चन को फिर से जवाब दे रहा है. IRN इज मैंडेटरी फॉर जनरेटिंग ई-वे बिल. तो आई थिंक दीपक इसका बेसिक मतलब ये हुआ कि जो सारे एंटिटीज है जिनको ई इनवॉइस एप्लीकेबल हो जाएगा, सिर्फ टाइम को अगर कंसीडर करें तो उन सब का ई इनवॉइस पहले बनेगा. हो सकता है पैरेलली ई-वे बिल बन जाए, पर पहला जन्म ई इनवॉइस का होगा और फिर ई-वे बिल बन जाएगा.
हाँ, दोनों चीजें आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा सर. इट इज पॉसिबल टू जनरेट ई-वे बिल अलोंग विथ IRN और जस्ट आफ्टर अपडेटिंग दी पोर्टल IRN. तो आप बाद में भी उसको जेसन के थ्रू ई-वे बिल जनरेट कर सकते हैं यूजिंग दी IRN नंबर.
यस, using the IRN, e-way bill can be generated on IRP portal or in e-way bill portal. So this is how you are going to link both the items. For invoices that do not require registration IRP B2C, for those e-way bill can be generated through e-way bill portal like earlier. So that clears any confusion. So e-way bill बनाने के लिए आपको IRP पे तभी लिंक करना है जब आपको उसकी मैंडेट है. B2C इनवॉइस के लिए IRP पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, तो आप ई-वे बिल सेपरेटली भी बना सकते हैं जैसा आप करते आ रहे हैं. Then invoice registered on e-invoice portal cannot be modified. Now this is the point that we were waiting for. Vikas did ping that point, so we'll have one more minute on this point. See, एक जो मेजर इम्पैक्ट होगा ई इनवॉइसिंग का, जब हम टैली के थ्रू, जीएसपी के थ्रू, एपीआई के थ्रू उसको आईआरपी पोर्टल पर लिंक करेंगे, तो कुछ हमको स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स, कुछ काम करने की आदतें हमको हमारे यहाँ पे ठीक करना होगी. उनमें से एक यह है कि इनवॉइस जनरेट करने के बाद हमारे यहाँ उसको डिलीट करने की जो आदत होती है, उसको मॉडिफाई करने की जो आदत होती है, उससे हम बचें। कोशिश करें कि वो हमको नहीं करना पड़े। बहुत रेयर की अलाउ इट टू बी अ रेयरिटी, उसको यानी न्यूनतम पे कर दें। टैली इटसेल्फ में यूजर राइट्स आप कॉन्फ़िगर कर सकते हैं। उस यूजर राइट से आप इंश्योर करें कि वह व्यक्ति जो ई इनवॉइस जनरेट करने की जिसको जिम्मेदारी दी हुई है, उसके यूजर राइट में इनवॉइस मॉडिफिकेशन डिलीशन के ऑप्शन को आप लोग पूरी तरह से हटा दें। It is request that once we get into this frame of e-invoice, our habit of modifying, canceling, deleting invoices need to be restricted, controlled, monitored. In fact, it's better that you do away the option of deletion, modification, canceling invoices once you start linking your Tally Prime to the IRP portal. Because if you do that, then there will be mismatch in the systems that we cannot allow to happen. तो इस आदत को तो सुधारना है, and I think it's better, or in Tally itself there is an option where you can restrict the user from canceling, modifying, deleting invoices. So I'll request all members who are going to use it, kindly do it mandatorily for the person who is going to create e-invoice. Restrict his or her access to cancel, modify, delete invoice. It's a very, very important thing to be taken into consideration. Now, to the above point, this is an addition. That is, IRP portals allow you to cancel invoice by next day midnight. That means even if you want to allow that option, this time restriction has to be placed. Yes, Vikas, security features have to be taken very, very seriously. So even if you, so this is time bound, and my personal preference is that we cancel it per se, mandatorily cancel it. Now, once you cancel, you cannot reissue the same invoice number. You will have to issue an invoice number with a new fresh invoice number, because we will take, we'll allow Deepak to help us out. Deepak, uh, we all have learned that we must not delete any voucher now in Tally. But suppose we are, what Vikas had mentioned earlier, that we are using automatic voucher number and we delete a voucher. So will it renumber the vouchers?
Yes, sir. So mostly people use either manual number or automatic number. So in case of manual,
Yes.
Tally will not reshuffle the numbers. But in case of
Hmm.
automatic number, Tally will reshuffle the numbers. So all those invoices will come into the category of mismatch invoices against the IRP. In Tally
Yes.
Prime, there is a report where it shows that. We're going to show that. So what we suggest that there is an option to set auto manual numbering, which is an
Okay.
overridden method. So that we suggest that you should adopt that numbering method in your invoicing, so that in case of any deletion or any insertion, the original voucher numbering will not be changed or reshuffled. And also once you create a invoice, it will always take the last number, the next number going to come in your series.
Okay. Okay, so it's a very important point, and all those listening, kindly, and those who are going to start using this e-invoicing, please, and it's already there from 1st January, please ensure that these restrictions are put in place. Then taxpayer can use department provided mobile app to verify authenticity of the invoice. If Part B and B of e-way bill is sent by the taxpayer while registering invoice, IRP will send e-way bill number along with the IRN to the supplier. So it is a great, means the way things are being made over a period of time, things are going to be absolutely simple to do. Then role of GSP. So here key role of GST and Suvidha service Suvidha provider is there. Tally is a registered GSP. Let us see how it is going to work. It is an authorized intermediary for business access to IRP. taxpayer will not be able to connect to IRP directly. So they have to do it through GSP. Government has given GSP licenses to many companies, and Tally is one of them. It acts as an intermediary. And when you are using Tally as a GSP, so it goes to the Tally servers, they are validated and then uploaded to. So it is a check. GSPs use secured APIs procured from the government to build interactive, easy to use applications for taxpayer purpose. And see, doing it directly and doing through Tally like GSPs, because we are so familiar with Tally GSP, so that comfort of use is going to be very, very high. So it's preferred you do it through Tally. See, Tally से करने का एक फायदा ये है कि हमको उसको यूज करने की आदत है, तो यूज करने के जो कंफर्ट है वो बहुत ज्यादा है. GSP solve the aspect of availability, scalability, reliability, and ensure the invoice requirements of the client are always met. क्योंकि एक वैलिडेशन तो टैली इटसेल्फ में हो जाएगा ना, तो आपकी गलती आगे जाने के पहले ही चेक हो जाएगा. तो ये ज्यादा बेहतर है GSP के थ्रू करें अपन. Any questions answer on this first part? So this is about e-invoice, and then we'll go to the product part. No, it was not G to B. It was B to G, Ojasvi. Business to government. Business to government, yeah. So when you're raising invoice to government departments, that is. So Tally, I think Deepak is going to come on that. Deepak, so Tally Prime is providing QR code printing service now. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir,
Pulkit,
definitely.
we are going to answer your question. It's there. Don't worry about it. Pulkit, your question is in our tag. We'll answer it. Yeah. No, no. Ujasvi, there is already means there's a TDS in income tax, and there's a concept of TDS in GST also. Yeah, it is going to be there. In fact, when you go for the details, it does ask. We'll just see it. Okay. So this is how it is going to work through. So you have the Tally Prime. Then whatever invoices you upload on your system, they go to the Tally central GSP server. This is linked through API through the IRP portals. And then this is linked to the GST and e-way portal systems. So this is how it is going to work about. You can effortlessly generate e-invoice along e-way bill if applicable using Tally GSPs. So we'll just have a very short video. I will see how it is going to work about. Single invoice. So this first part is you are creating an invoice. So these are simple details. Selecting. So we are going through the normal process of generating invoice. Now, I have just stopped it. If you look to the bottom of the screen, it is asking you whether you want to provide the e-invoice details. So you have, let us see what happens. So where e-invoice details, bill to place. Do you want to generate invoice? Yeah, we are here. Now see, this is the past, sorry. Okay, let me just bring that again. It's just going by. Do you want to generate e-invoice? So when you say yes, it asks you the username, ID, password of the GST portal. So this has to be done once during a day. Once you give this password for 6 hours, it remains like this only. You need not give it every time. This is the first time only. E-invoice generated successfully. The details updated on your. Do you want to print it? You see the QR code at the top. Yeah. Ojasvi, I'll just repeat the process again. So we are seeing this video again. I'm keeping my mic mute. So you are selecting the basic sales invoice is being made. All data items are being selected. Dakshesh, a very good question. We'll answer it. Then you say whether provide e-invoice details, generate e-invoice, say yes.
This is the user credential API user what we have created on IRP portal.
Okay. Deepak, this question need to be answered by Dakshesh. Can we generate an e-invoice today, but having invoice date 1st January 2020? It's a practical problem that has come, Dakshesh. I'm also reprocessing it.
So right now the information what we have is government is allowing more than 3 days, like 3 days or 5 days, they are
Okay.
allowing to generate the invoice for backdated, because initially they have started this process and many businesses are yet to adopt this entire thing, right? Maybe they are struggling with their internet, maybe they are
Yes.
struggling with their software and all. So to cope up with the preparation, government has allowed. But
Okay.
coming up the way, this is what expected, that on a real time basis, that means on the same day you need to generate e-invoice.
ओके नितिन नितिन प्लीज पुट योर क्वेश्चन नितिन आप अपना सवाल लिख दें दक्षेश के सवाल को एक बार फिर से पढ़ते हैं और दीपक ने जो अपडेट दिया उसके संदर्भ में आई एम ट्राइंग टू विद दीपक्स परमिशन एडिंग समथिंग टू दैट see Dakshesh, your question is can we generate an invoice in back date 1st January 2021? So as of now, as the thing stands, government is allowing a बैक डेट से अप टू 3/5 days, क्योंकि नया सिस्टम है तो 3 दिन 5 दिन पीछे तक की तारीख का आप इनवॉइस आज अभी जनरेट कर सकते हैं क्योंकि सब लोग सीख रहे हैं बट दिस इज सब्जेक्ट टू फर्दर अपडेट्स फ्यूचर में ये होगा फ्यूचर में पॉसिबिलिटी ये है कि ये रियल टाइम हो जाए मतलब आज का इनवॉइस आज ही जनरेट करना है पीछे जाके जनरेट करने में को सरकार प्रतिबंधित कर सकती है आप बैक डेट में इनवॉइस जनरेट नहीं कर सकते पर इसमें एक बस छोटा सा अपडेट है अभी जो हमने देखा कि भाई आज के इनवॉइस को कल रात को 12 बजे के पहले तक हम कैंसिल कर सकते हैं और उसके अगेंस्ट में नया इनवॉइस जनरेट करेंगे तो आज का इनवॉइस जो कल हमने कैंसिल किया है उसके लिए हम जो इनवॉइस जनरेट करेंगे तो डेटा पुराना यूज कर सकते हैं पर क्योंकि कैंसिल इनवॉइस के लिए भी इनवॉइस नंबर तो नया ही होगा तो वो भी रियल टाइम ही होगा तो इनफैक्ट मुझे ये लगता है as things go ahead in future it is going to be made real time same invoice same day same time बैक डेट को गवर्नमेंट रिस्ट्रिक्ट करना चाहेगी प्रतिबंधित करना चाहेगी आज 3 से 5 दिन का समय दिया है मोर फॉर लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस नितिन अपना सवाल पूछे नितिन यू कैन टाइप आस्क इन क्यूए और चैट लेट अस गो ahead thank you dakshish dakshish you are from gujarat somewhere Nitin, yeah, I got your question. Suppose a customer wants to generate invoice for same day and want to make e-way bill for 5 days from the current bill. Uh, Nitin, so let us ask you and then we'll answer the question. जो आपने पूछा है, मान लीजिए इनवॉइस नहीं होता नितिन, सपोज ई इनवॉइस वाज नॉट देयर, जनरली होता तो अगर मैं आज इनवॉइस मैंने बनाया, इनवॉइस डेट अगर आज हो तो ई-वे बिल 5 दिन के बाद का बना पाता हूँ कि अभी, ऐसा अभी है क्या नितिन? इज इट पॉसिबल टुडे फॉर मी टू जनरेट अ ई-वे बिल फॉर इनवॉइस डेटेड टुडे 5 days ahead? अभी ऐसा संभव है क्या? इनवॉइस को भूल जाए, अगर आज की स्थिति में 5 दिन आगे का ई-वे बिल में बना पाता हूं तो ई इनवॉइस के केस में भी बना पाऊंगा ऐसा। थैंक यू नितिन। ओके, आई कैन, विकास योर इज अ गुड इनपुट फॉर दीपक। दीपक, विकास ने जो पॉइंट रखा है वो काफी अच्छा है। पिन कोड बेस्ड रिस्ट्रिक्शंस।
Yes, sir. Noted.
नोटेड।
Right now, it is not there. It is open field. Whatever
Dakshish,
number you can
okay,
type.
so I'll request to Dakshish to post at the end of the session. I and Deepak will send our email ID. Deepak is from Tally and I am basically from Institute of Chartered Accountants. I am a chartered accountant. तो आप हम दोनों को ईमेल पे अपनी क्वेरी भेज दें तो हम आपको प्रॉपर नोटिफिकेशन मेल कर देंगे। या थैंक यू दक्षिश। ओके, we'll go to the next part now. So flexibility to send individual or selective invoices, let us see through a video. A bulk upload option. Now see, this is basically आपके पास what we are seeing now, what basically we are seeing that we can upload sorry, multiple invoices, more than one invoice, how you have created and uploading to the IRP portal. This is the go-to feature we all have seen. E-invoice, आप देखें यहाँ पे pending e-invoices दिख रहे हैं for generation. Invoices pending for e-invoice. Okay. Send for e-invoicing. 4 इनवॉइस हैं, उसमें से कौन से लेना है तो आपने 2 सिलेक्ट किए हैं। हाँ? सारे भेज रहे, 2 सिलेक्ट किए हैं। 2 इनवॉइस भेजना है, यस, कंटिन्यू, से यस। आपको ये पासवर्ड टैली ने जीएसपी पे जो एक किया है उसके लिए है, पर हर बार नहीं देना होगा, सिर्फ क्योंकि वीडियो में इसलिए हम देख रहे हैं। एक बार दिया तो 6 घंटे तक ये पासवर्ड चलता रहेगा। सो यू हैव, आउट ऑफ द 4 यू हैव अपलोडेड 2, तो अब 2 बच गए हैं। आप देखो 2 अभी भी बचे हुए हैं। Great. Deepak, it appears absolutely fantastic. This is going to make the job of the user very
Easy.
now.
Yes.
Great.
And it handles the situation business to business. जैसे जहाँ पे आपको immediately invoice के साथ dispatch करना होता है तो आप हर invoice पे generate कर सकते हैं। बट जहाँ भी आप दिन में आपके इनवॉइसेस बना लेते हैं 2, 3, 4 और एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आप डिस्पैच करते हैं तो आप वहाँ बल्क अपलोड भी कर सकते हैं। और इफ यू लुक एट टू दी बल्क अपलोड स्क्रीन जहाँ पे आपको सेंड बटन दिख रहा था, वहीं पे आपको ऑफलाइन बटन भी दिखता है। तो यू कैन ऑल्सो जनरेट जेसॉन एंड डू दी ऑफलाइन अपलोड। लेट्स से यू हैविंग सम प्रॉब्लम रिलेटेड टू कनेक्टिविटी और आप ऑफलाइन वेबसाइट पे जाके अपलोड करना चाहते हैं तो वो भी आप कर सकते हैं। तो टैली गिव्स यू दैट फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी कि आप आइदर ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन हाइब्रिड मोड में दोनों तरीके से आप इस सिचुएशन को हैंडल कर पाएंगे।
Deepak, there is a query, sir, in existing Tally software which we have itself, this substrate will be available, or we need to get this new software? I think Deepak has answered. If your license is valid, you will get it in the updated license. Am I correct, Deepak? Okay, Deepak will update. Okay. Then Mukeshji will share at the end of the session. Let us continue with the next slide. Okay. We have gone through the bulk upload. Then flexibility to generate offline JSON file to handle unforeseen circumstances. Upload process again. Okay. Yeah.
So I will show that again in live product. It will not upload,
Okay.
but how to
Okay.
upload, I will
So,
show that.
Deepak will have the live session after this slide.
Sure, sir. We'll see that cancellation as well, and post that I will
Okay.
cover that.
Okay. Thank you. So for flexibility to generate offline JSON file to handle unforeseen circumstances. Know the status of each invoice generated that was displayed through the report. Generate IRN for applicable invoice that we have just seen. Let us see. Get IRN flow, how it is going to go in Tally.
So, sir, if you just pause that for a second, this video.
Paused.
Right. So this particular feature will help you in a situation where you have generated your e-invoice online through Tally, but somehow due to connectivity issue or due to some technical reason, that invoice has been generated on portal, but it has not been updated in Tally because this particular process happened in asynchronous mode. So somehow it will not get back posted to Tally due to some technical reason. So later on you can get this update using this get IRN button. So Tally will fetch all updated information which is available on IRP portal automatically and update all your transactions.
Great. So now you're updating manually. Yeah, if you could just look to the right side of the screen, you have this get GRN info and cancel the IRN if we wish to do that. Let us see. It is generated. You have the QR code. Cancel IRN for applicable invoice. So how to cancel? There is a video for that. Go to its Tally's Google. You've generated these invoices. Select. Then if you look to the right side bottom screen, there's an option of this cancel IRN. So let us see how it goes now. So you have selected mark for cancellation. One has been marked for cancellation, it appears separately, the cancellation invoice. So why you are canceling, you have to give details. Great. You see the IRN number is displayed, huh? That 64-digit number. It's a hash code. We'll not be able to interpret, but we know what it has. Now you're uploading this cancellation to the IRP portal. That cancellation invoice has been uploaded. This, Deepak, now we want to show all this on the tally session.
Yes, sir. I'll take quickly on this.
I'm stop sharing my screen. Deepak is going to show how you are going to do it on live tally. And Deepak, we have few questions. So do we take the questions at the end of the session or
Sure.
here?
I'll take right now, no problem.
Okay. So we have a question by Pulkit. When I'm using government utility to generate JSON invoice, my Excel is showing type mismatch error. Any insight on that?
Difficult to answer that, Pulkit. I think you need to see the FAQs available on IRP portal.
Yes.
That can help you to understand, because there could be different type of validations. So any one of that, if would not be proper, it will give you an error.
Next is a technical question. In case of insurance claims of vehicle, we raise bill to insurance company, but there is no delivery of the product to the insurance company. In such cases, can we create just e-invoice and not e-way bill, as the data may outflow to e-way bill?
Sir, I don't think so. In case of insurance, whether it would be required to generate e-way bill, this e-invoice?
Yeah, I think it not, Pulkit, as I get, you need not create a e-way bill for this. Because e-way bill is basically relating to delivery of the product. When you want to create a e-way bill, you have to give a transporter detail. So here there will be no transporter detail. Then Anitash's questions we have answered. We have KK Bagdi on chat. Sir, digital sign process is there.
For digital sign. So this
I think
is
KKG, because you're doing it through that ERP portal, when this validation, probably this OTP validation will do the job. I don't think there will be separate digital signatures. What do you take,
QR
Deepak, on
code.
this?
Yeah, QR code itself is a validation on your
Yes.
invoice. So nothing else is required.
Okay, Pulkit. So
FAQ
we'll.
not found, honestly.
Thank you, Pulkit. I will
Can't help
share
you that.
mine and Deepak's email ID. Please send a test mail and we'll try to search and send it to you.
Right.
Okay, so Deepak, I'm stop sharing my screen. Deepak is going to start sharing his screen for tally.
Sure, sir. Sir, if you can confirm my screen is visible to you.
Deepak, visible. It is visible.
Right, sir. So as we have shown in the presentation, just to enable your particular option that is related to the e-invoice, you must be having the option of latest release. That means you must have your tally release on latest update. So if I show you in the about, you can see the release 1.1 latest. So if you have this release, then you can use e-invoice in tally. If it is not, then you need to update it. And to update, you can go to tallysolutions.com/download, and there you can download the latest release available in tally. So this is the one thing. The second thing is, if you need to activate the option of e-invoice, then first you need to go to F11 features. Here in the option of GST, if you press enter, then on the right hand side, there is an option for e-invoice applicability. This is just below the e-way bill applicability. So if you have e-way bill applicable, that might be yes. And after that, you need to mark yes the e-invoice applicability. Then in applicable date must be 1st of Jan 2021. And bill from place is the place from where you're going to raise your invoice. So that you can type here. It is just a text field, and default period for the e-invoice report. So when you look at to the e-invoice report in Tally, by default for these many days, Tally will fetch the data. Otherwise, by using period button, you can anytime change the date or period. And if you wish to send e-way bill details along with invoice, then you need to keep this option yes. But even after marking this yes, at the time of making invoice, by pressing F12, you can control that whether you want to send pay bill detail along with invoice or not. So on a company level, you have this control, as well as a transaction level, you have this control. So once you do this setting enabled, then you need to make your transaction as usual. So let's say if I go to voucher, then make my sales invoice, I'll select some party and provide the details like address, etc., and select an item. Let's say this, put some quantity, rate, value. I'll put GST, and now you can notice at the bottom of the screen you would be able to see provide e-invoice details yes. So if you press this yes, you would be able to see that on the upper part the acknowledgement number, IRN, acknowledgement date are blank because it is yet to upload on IRP portal. Once it is uploaded, you would be able to see the details here. And now here you can give the place of the party. So bill to place. So let's say if you are shipping this to Bangalore or Karnataka or Chennai, so whatever press you want to show, you can type here. And once you type this for this particular party, next time Tally will automatically populate this. Now there is one important scenario. Let's say you will be having multiple dispatch locations or multiple billing locations for your company, and this belongs to a single company, single GSTN company. So while generating invoice, you can manage multiple addresses dispatch location, which is required by e-invoice portal. So here you can press F12 and you can say provide dispatch details, and here you can select the different address of your company. So might be you having multiple godowns or warehouses from where you are dispatching your material, or multiple offices within the state. So you can select the other address and save it. So this information will be uploaded on IRP portal to generate the e-invoice. So once you save this invoice, Tally will ask to generate the e-invoice. So let's say if this invoice is more than 50,000 value, then it will ask to generate e-invoice as well e-way bill, because there will be an option to provide the details of e-way bill as well. So both things will be uploaded on portal. So here I do not have that portal login, so that's why Tally is not asking. Otherwise it will ask me the portal login, where you would be giving the credential of your API user which you have created on your e-invoice portal, IRP portal, and once you save it, it will automatically sync with your IRP portal. Now, if you look at to the report part, you must be generating multiple invoices during your day-to-day transactions. And after a few days, you will be able to see different buckets of these e-invoices. So to look at all these categories and buckets, we'll go to e-invoice reports. So this is a detailed 360 view of the entire e-invoice report. If you look around this, you have certain uncertain transaction. That means you must be having some invalid data in your invoice which is not proper as per GST. So this tally will identify and show you here that mismatch due to tax amount modified in voucher. So as per tax rate, there would be different tax, and as per amount, as per transaction, there is something different. So what is the difference in this, in this transaction? Tally will highlight you. So you need to correct this, or missing invalid information. So like HSN is missing, or invoice related information is missing, like bill to buyer to ship to place, pin code, if or address. If all those informations were missing, Tally will highlight this to you so that you can go into these invoices and correct them. Rejected by e-invoice system. So certain things will be validated at the end of GSP as well as the Tally, but at the final level, this will be valid. A final validation will be done by IRP. So let's say if you enter a HSN code which is perfect as per the structure, but actually that HSN number is not valid altogether, that HSN number is not available in the system. So IRP portal will reject that invoice. This is just an example. It may be related to GST number as well, GST and number as well. So on all those ground, those invoices will be rejected, and that will be reported here, and you would be able to see the rejected reason as well from the IRP portal. So here the HSN code is invalid. 7291 is not the correct HSN code. Then you have other segregations like pending. So IRN generation pending. So you have created invoices, which are 3 invoices, but while saving or after saving, you have pressed no when Tally asks you to generate e-invoice. So Tally will list all of them here. And here, if you want to update manually the IRN details, you can click on manually update IRN info, and you can update the detail manually. So that is also possible. So Tally allow you to handle that situation as well. For IRN cancel, so if you have already transactions which you have uploaded for cancellation, updated for cancellation, but yet not uploaded on IRP portal, that will be listed here. This is also very important. I'll show you that. Exported. So you must have exported the list of transactions for IRN generation using export JSON. That will be listed here. Information mismatch as per QR code. So the invoice has been generated, that invoice has been uploaded on IRP portal, but later on you have done some changes, modifications, so which is now bad practice in case of e-invoice, which should not be done. But if you have done that mistake, Tally will identify that and highlight you here that actually this transaction was reported as 1120 value, but later on you have modified, and now it's showing the value of 1344. So to check the details, you need to go to IRP portal, use the acknowledgement number, and look at the details on the portal, what are details in this transaction, and you need to correct your original invoice as per the detail of IRP. So all the transactions, if you have automatic voucher numbering, and if you delete some transaction in between, and all numbering will be changed, so all those transactions will be listed here for you to identify and uh, correct them as per the IRP portal. IRN generated. So for these invoices, IRN already generated. And here, if you want to cancel them, then you can select and you can click on cancel IRN. Here are 2 options. Now, these 2 options are important. You need to understand them carefully. First is mark as cancelled. So it means that Otherwise, Tally, you have already cancelled this transaction on IRP portal, not in Tally, but on IRP portal. Let's say you have logged in IRP portal and you have there you have cancelled manually, but in Tally it does not have cancelled. So here you need to mark this as cancelled vouchers to reconcile with your IRP report. And let's say if you want to cancel the invoice in Tally as well as on the portal, then you need to click on update cancellations. So once you click on update cancellation, then on the top part you would be able to see the menu called exchange, and click on send for e-invoice, and here Tally will show you that this invoice is pending for cancellation. That means you have clicked on a button for update cancellation, but still you have not uploaded on portal. So once you click on send, this particular invoice will be cancelled on portal as well. On the cancellation part, one thing is important right now. If you have generated e-way bill along with invoice using IRN portal, that will not be cancelled by using this method, because right now IRP is not ready to do that transaction with e-way portal. So IRP will give you an error that first you cancel the e-way bill, then cancel the IRN or e-invoice. So you need to log in into your e-way bill, first cancel that e-way bill, come back to Tally, and then cancel that invoice. So you would be able to cancel that invoice. So IRP is still working on that. Once that will be available, you would be able to do that cancellation as well in Tally. And all those invoices which you have saved but not generated invoice will also be listed here. So either you can select them, like you want to upload these two transactions and then click on send, or you do not select any transaction and just click on send. All these transactions will be uploaded. And if you do not want to upload them using the API, that is the direct posting, you can use the offline export button and generate the JSON file, and that JSON file you can then upload in your IRP portal to generate e-invoice as well as e-way bill. IRN updated without QR code. So in some cases, IRN has been generated, but due to some technical issues or some other problems, that QR code details has not been updated in Tally. So here you can come and get IRN info. You can click on that, and you will find that all relevant details to e-invoice will be updated in a transaction. IRN cancelled from e-invoice system. So these are the transactions which has been cancelled from e-invoice system, marked as IRN cancelled. So for all transactions which you have marked will be listed here. User excluded transactions. So you can manually exclude some transaction. Let's say there is some transaction which you do not think that it is not required to be uploaded on IRP for e-invoice generation. You can select and manually you can exclude that transaction in your report. So that would not be available for e-invoice generation. So this is how you can do and manage all the operations related to e-invoicing in Tally. And related to that numbering, I'll just quickly show that option. Let's say if I'm creating a voucher type, sales invoice, and select under sales, there is a numbering method which is automatic manual override. So if you select this, then it would be better because it will not create shuffling in your numbering. In most cases we use automatic, so we need to avoid this method and we need to select automatic manual override method in our invoices. Or if you are using multi-user, then you can select multi-user auto as well. So this is what the product related overview. Let me see quickly if some questions are there.
Deepak, thanks for this excellent presentation.
Yeah, thank
There
you.
are related questions, so let me take one by one, and we let Vikas has again put a question regarding, yeah, Nikesh will answer your question at the end of the session. For Vikas query is that will Tally be able to identify whether the e-way bill is within the state or outside the state, because there is a value gap between e-way bill within the state and e-way bill outside the state? I think the answer is yes.
Sorry, I didn't get the question, sir. Whose question is this?
Vikas.
For
His
e-way bill in
basic
some
queries can.
state, for within a
Hmm,
state, e-way bill not applicable for
hmm.
invoice up to 1 lakh. For outside state, e-way bill applicable if invoice amount is above. So right, so because there is an option in F12 while making the invoice where you can turn off the e-way bill for particular invoices, specifically for particular invoices. So you have control that while making the invoice, whichever invoice you do not want to generate e-way bill.
Then next is it's basically reversing the process. Vikas query is if invoice uploaded using JSON on portal, can we later import IRN details in Tally? That's a reverse process.
No, that is not there because Tally will be trying to reconcile whatever data you have in Tally. So
Yes,
if
yes.
altogether you do not have transaction, it will not fetch the information. You must be having transaction available in Tally, and that will try to reconcile with IRP portal and fetch detail if it is reconciled with portal.
Yeah,
Tally
Deepak.
Prime should not allow automatic numbering for e-invoice voucher type anyway. This will be more safer option. Yeah, so we cannot restrict user because there could be other businesses as well where e-invoicing is not altogether required or need to be implemented. So all options should be available for all customers. So it is a generic option. Wherever you want to use, you can use that.
Okay.
I hope all has been answered.
Yeah, all queries have been answered. We are actually at the end of the session.
So one last question we have related to pivot table. Somebody has asked in the initial
Yes, pivot.
session, right?
Vikas had
Pivot
asked,
table.
yeah.
Right, so just show quickly one Excel sheet that right now if you have multiple item in an invoice, that will be available unique line item. I'll just share my Excel sheet. So this is just how I uploaded using Tally Prime in the current company which I'm showing you right now. So you take this example of invoice where invoice number is 16 and it has 2 items. So these are available in unique line items. So you can use this data to generating more MIS reports. So there would not be a separate line for each and every item. So all item having duplicate details or basic details relevant to each and every other columns as well. So hope these answers. Right. So my side it's over, sir. Let's continue with the PPT and more questions if there are. Vikas says, can we manually update IRN details for invoice in Tally? Yes, you can, because while looking to the invoice report, there is an option on the right hand side, update manually. So there you need to type or copy and paste the detail manually. Mr. B Nandi has asked if anybody using different software for account and inventory only wants to connect as GSP, please suggest. So what I understood, Mr. Nandi, by your question is you may be using some other software, but you want to use Tally services to upload e-invoices. So if I am right, if I understood your question correctly, then you need to have take help from some of the developer partner in Tally, where he will create a bridge to export and import data from your software to Tally, and then you would be able to use the Tally services for e-invoicing.
Okay, so from here we connected to Deepak. Now, override status that Deepak has just explained, generated, cancelled. So you can do manually the status only. Okay. The one that I answered no, I thought someone wanted to type the IRN number. That is not possible. So status update can be done manually, that Deepak has explained. Then multiple user scenarios. So it ensures Tally that there is no duplication or no redundancy, and ensure that latest data is shared with the e-invoice portal. So a large company like Nikesh, his company has a turnover of 150 crores. So it may be multi-location, they may have multi-user license. So if people are generating invoice at multiple locations, then Tally ensures that the latest it's shared, and there is one dedupe is done within Tally itself. Alerts will also help safeguard against accidental modification, deletion, cancellation of IRN generated for a particular transaction. So if you do it, then it is going to give you a warning. Delete पर जो warning देते हैं वो आपको दिखेगी. Once you log in, 6 hours it continues. So जो वीडियो में हम देख रहे थे बार बार लॉगिन, इट वाज बेसिकली पार्ट ऑफ द वीडियो, पर एक बार लॉगिन किया तो 6 घंटे तक फिर से लॉगिन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. एक्सेप्शनल ट्रांजैक्शंस, ऑफलाइन डेटा हम जनरेट कर सकते हैं. Ability to enter IRN info manually for books of accounts purpose. Ignore IRN validations done by Tally to handle situations where IRP validation checks have changed. Handling multi-user conflicts through alerts, so that we have talked about. So all is basically ensuring that the process of at the user end is seamless. That is the last slide we have. Thank you. So Deepak, there are few questions pending. So one is by Nikesh. So they
Yes,
are
sir.
a 150 crore pharmaceutical company. His question is, which is the best software to use? So I thought I'll allow you to answer.
Sir, you would be the best person to answer that because I always say Tally.
So Nikesh, see, the only add-on to whatever we have shared, and the simplification of the process, ease of use, that is the key takeaway. And I've been in the profession since long. What I've learned is that those things which are easy to use, uh, they survive a larger shelf life. So if the whole process is comfortable, then it is going to help you a lot. I've just posted Deepak's email ID. I'm sending mine also. So to those queries, we requested you to please post personally. I'll request, please don't miss. Keep us posted. Deepak, this is for you. Vikas, user manual.
So, in spite of user manual, we have videos available how to handle this situation related to e-invoice. So you can refer that, and we have live link of help on the website. So if you can log into help.tallysolutions.com Tally Prime, there you would be able to find the help link on website as well.
Deepak, Dakshesh has a query.
Right. So he's saying that product description was missing. So there is a field on IRP portal that is product description. So that we need to understand. In few cases, I have got this question from other customers as well. So there might be something, but otherwise HSN code is fair and enough information which is mandatory required by IRP portal. In description, the product name could be anything. So, but why it is blank, we need to check. So if you just write a mail to support or me, we'll help you to solve the problem.
Okay, so Yeah, Dakshish, we have done. We have shared both email IDs. This is Deepak's mail ID from Tally, and I'm sharing mine also. Deepak, this is technical by Vikas, 64-bit MS Office.
Yes, Vikas, it is mandatory for Tally Prime to have 64-bit OS and system, right? Of course, supporting the MS Office to 64-bit as well, and because it has its own advantage to use the hardware resources like memory. So you would be having more capability to use the RAM and the memory, so that you would be getting more enhanced performance and delighted experience using the application. Because right now the prime version you are looking and experiencing is the basic version, and in near future, in a difference of a 2 or 3 month, you would be experiencing or having the very high impacting releases from Tally. So like you have got this e-invoice right now, it also has the e-banking features supporting to 10 banks. That is also available in release 1.1. We are going to conduct a separate webinar on that in future. In February, we are also coming up with some more impactful features. Then again, after 1 or 2 months, we'll be getting more GST related capabilities and connected environment features. So because all these features are going to be built on this particular Tally Prime, we have created the architecture or framework which required high resources. So that's why 64-bit is important.
Deepak, we have a query. By Aparna, we'll have a separate session on this. GSTR1 report. So how we generate reports after e-invoicing. So I think, Deepak, that could be the next session, the reports through Tally Prime post e-invoicing.
Sure. Yes, we can do. We can plan. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Aparna, the answer to your last question is ideally yes. Okay, and shall we call it a day? Thanks to all of you for being here Saturday morning. नए साल के एक दिन छोड़ के अगले दिन सुबह शनिवार को आप सब लोग हैं. आप सबको बहुत सारा धन्यवाद. Thanks a lot, and our wishes for us and you that we need to have this. You want me to put my video on, Deepak?
Yeah, it would be good, sir. All will see
You
you
cannot
now.
start video because the host. Deepak, आपको चालू करना पड़ेगा.
Oh, let me allow, sir. So you can try now, sir. You can now.
नहीं, okay, let me try again. वो अभी भी message दे रहा था. Yeah, now it is there. Okay. So good morning and thanks to all of you for being here. नए साल की शुरुआत में आप सब लोग हैं, आपने इतना समय दिया. So we are all thankful to you and we wish a great new year for you, and we take the wishes from you to us also. And let us have we had 2020 is a year we will all remember for all the good and bad reasons. Let 2021 be a reason that we cherish for long. It's the start of a new decade. So I thank Deepak from Tally. Deepak has been known to me since last so many years, and he's a great person. He knows Tally in and out. So any questions you have, please put to Deepak. I'm basically a chartered accountant, and anything that comes to me, we have been using Tally's. We did our first engagement on professional assignment for Tally when we became a chartered accountant some 20 years back. So that is how we visualize Tally. Thanks to all of you. Deepak, shall we?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for you to giving this insightful and informative presentation on e-invoicing. It definitely clear many doubts and understanding on the concept of e-invoice and how Tally is going to handle that. We try to help our attendees and users. Definitely we're going to share this video soon to all of you so that you can refer in future as well. So wish you all a happy new year again and thank you for attending.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.